Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Dr. Taraya M. Richmond, PLLC. When it comes to your family's health and women's services, and you're looking for excellence in healthcare, look no further than your family medicine physician, Dr. Taraya M. Richmond, PLLC. Call Dr. Richmond today at 713-453-6962 to schedule your next appointment.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Hello, and welcome to Docs on the Sphere Network, where we are here to educate, empower, and inform you on health and wellness topics. Thanks for joining us. I am Dr. Chandra Batiste. I am a dentist. I own a practice called Elite Dental Wellness, which is located here in Houston on the corner of Fondren and Westheimer. And the phone number to reach me there is 713-789-8680, or you can get on the website, which is www.houstondentalwellness.com. If you'd like to follow me on any social media, I am at hotdoc.com on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, and I'm going to actually delete Snapchat, but we can talk about some of that later. All of that's a Chandra Batiste. So I am happy to not only have my lovely co-host, but we also have a guest today.
Absolutely.
But let's start with my lovely co-host in the building.
Hey guys, everybody, I'm welcome back, right?
I know, right? I know.
Everybody, hey, I'm Dr. Simone Ellis, and of course you can find me on Facebook as Simone Ellis or on Instagram, Dr. Simone Ellis. And Smile Design Studios is where I lay my head, rest, and prayers and everything. But if you guys also need your smile snatched or perfected, please give us a call at 281-969-7388 or at Smile Design Studios. And it's so funny because I have on Invisalign right now, and I'm always wondering if you can actually hear it. So please.
You don't.
I don't think so, right?
You can't.
Well, I'm excited because we're going to be talking all things neuro, and we have the pleasure of having Dr. Jontel Pierce in the building, guys. So, Dr. Pierce, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you go to dental school?
Dental school.
Right?
Well, I went to Howard.
Right, teeth on the brain. But where did you go to med school? Or maybe let's even go further back. Where did you go to undergrad?
Undergrad, I went to Hampton University.
Are you the real HU?
I'm from Louisiana originally.
Okay.
What part of Louisiana?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, cool. So the real HU, is that right? How it goes?
You know I'm not about to do this, so
I know that for the people that are from Howard, like they have some kind of
they
way.
like want me to
it's
have
a big
this battle,
definitely.
and I'm like I'm not. I'm not
so what is your trend? Is it like HU or like is it?
I mean, the thing is, I went to medical school at Howard University.
Okay.
So, I mean, of course, my home by the sea is Hampton University.
Wow.
So I'm definitely going to say that's the real HU.
Wow. So like you have a big conflict within yourself. Like
I've always been faithful to Hampton University. So.
Wow, that's awesome. And so you went to.
But did you say that when you went to actually Howard when you went to the interview?
One time, no. Not the interview.
She would never have gotten it. They'd been like, all right, so
no.
decline.
But like one of the medical students who went to undergrad at Howard University, we actually got into like a heated discussion about the real HU, and
really
it just became we almost stopped being friends.
Really? Are you kidding?
Yes, it was really bad, and it was like
Well, which one got founded first? Like, that's the real one.
Howard University.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Howard's the oldest of the two.
Gotcha.
And my boyfriend at this time was from Howard University as well, and he got mad. We almost broke up because of it. So,
like, this is intense.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't need to fight with somebody who deals with brains. Like, she knows, like, how to
How to what, like put you to sleep?
How to put you to sleep? Like she knows. Like stop.
Right.
So like stop playing. So well, you went to Howard, and how was that experience?
No, it was wonderful. Like the weekends were great. Like just experiencing Howard, all the culture in DC.
Yeah.
It was just.
I
loved
100%
it.
agree with that.
You
a
guys
great place.
moved. How did you even get to Houston? This hot place when you guys are all up in.
I
Well, I know
know.
you're from Houston.
The greatest city in the land.
I actually have to agree. I actually love it.
Yeah,
Like
the greatest city.
yeah, I actually think it's great. But how did you come? Why did you come back?
Because I'm originally from Louisiana, I wanted to get back to the South. I really like the South. I like the whole Bayou type thing, Houston.
Okay.
Don't really like Dallas like that.
Okay. So
Northside hater, I got it.
yeah. Wow. So you decided to go into neuro. What is that about? Like how? And you must be. I feel like anybody that's dealing with brains must be like a brain.
A
So
geeky, yeah, we're geeky people. I mean, I just like the brain because it was just so complex.
Yeah.
And it's like so many disorders within the brain that a lot of we don't have cures for. So it's just good to be educated on that. And it's a complex thing. You don't have many African Americans doing it either.
I was about
So
to say,
what was was there a reason when did you go into medical school wanting to be a neurologist or
No, I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon initially.
so she just saying I wanted to be from one smart thing to
But-
the next smart thing. So
But it just surgery wasn't for me because I knew I wanted a lifestyle outside of medicine and surgery. I know people who do it, but as being a woman, I'm a mother as well.
Oh,
So it's just like I just kind of wanted to balance my life.
got you. So let me ask you this: like neuro, she just said it was not a lot of blacks, probably not a lot of black women. Like
Right.
I mean, is that even probably less than black men? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's very rare to see like a black woman neurologist. Actually, in Houston area, I really don't know any black women.
Are you the
neurologists
only
other than me.
one?
Yeah,
Oh my
that I can
god.
think of right now.
that you
That's
know
dope.
kind of off the top
yeah,
of your
because we
head.
network with different neurologists. I know a lot of black men neurologists, but as far as black women,
So how was that going through residency and being like that one?
I mean,
it's-
sometimes yes, you'll get discriminated against because people would say, "Okay, you're not smart enough," or "You're not going to pass your boards," or "You're not going to." You always have to prove yourself going through residency. You have to prove yourself that because I feel like I wasn't the typical resident. I didn't have to like be so like I guess I don't know into it so much.
Got you. So
And
what
they would think, oh, she's not learning. She doesn't
what
know
makes
she-"
what makes you why do you call yourself not typical? What makes you atypical?
Because I still enjoy like I don't know what makes me atypical. I guess because I wasn't like so. I don't like to be so serious about things. Yeah, I'm serious about the health of patients
Sure.
and everything else. But just like when I feel like we're rounding, like we don't have to be so uptight and serious. I think we should kind of, be
Be able to
relaxed.
breathe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
So-
agree. I mean, I listen to Beyonce
This
in my
one here.
office.
And I
So
wear my
Beyonce-
hair
that's-
like natural too, and
Oh, yeah,
and
that's probably-
people like some of the doctors were like, "Let me take a picture of your hair." Like I never seen this before.
The
So-
fact that still happens cracks me up.
It still happens. Yeah.
Well, and that when we were I went to Xavier for undergrad, and so they would tell us like, you go on these interviews, you cutting all your dreads off, you cutting like you straightening that hair, like it's a serious thing. They even
Wow.
told us as far as the color of suits like to wear, like you had to be very, and that's kind of crazy. So, and I was gonna talk to you about why is it that when we get to this level of like we're already like to that level of like you're a doctor, you're in residency, you still have to prove yourself. I know like dentists, I think we get a lot of times, I call ourselves the fake doctors because people are like, oh, you didn't get into med school, you went to dental school. I'm like, nah, I actually like wanted to go to dental school. Like,
Right.
but I mean, why do you feel like that is?
This
like,
wasn't a plan B.
yeah, like this
Why
was
do I-
actually plan A. I didn't
It
want to
wasn't
do
plan
this.
B of
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, it wasn't,
Yeah,
this
like-
wasn't like, ooh,
Can't make it.
Didn't get into
man,
medical
didn't
school,
get into
so-
medical school.
And why do
yeah.
we do that to each other? I mean, because I think that across the board, even in the professional realm, we're like, oh, you decided to do that. Or if you choose not to specialize, you may really have not wanted to specialize.
Right.
You could be smart. So why do you think that is?
That we kind of like look at each other and say, okay. you
Yeah,
went
I
to
mean,
dental
you had to
school.
prove yourself. I'm like, why? At this level, you're already there.
Because I think people still look at your outer appearance, and they say, okay, this is a black woman. She looks kind of young. She doesn't straighten her hair all the time. So maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about.
yeah, those are all reasons why I wouldn't trust you in my head. So
Right.
That makes all the sense.
I
in the world.
clearly don't trust
And
her.
I
she-
definitely wouldn't trust her.
And she
you
wears
know,
and she wears red lipstick to rounds. So
yeah.
Don't trust me.
No, I
Please
wouldn't
don't.
trust. I wouldn't
If
trust
you're gonna
her,
not,
so.
if there's anyone at this table, it would be.
It would be
me.
you. Oh, yeah. So
Absolutely.
well, we had a hot topic today. We were talking about Rick Ross.
We were talking about Rick, but I wanted to just elaborate on my disclaimer
Yeah.
about deleting Snapchat. Did you hear about what Snapchat
yeah.
did to my best friend?
Well, she like what happened? No, because I just kind of heard like the stock price dropped.
Yeah,
and, like,
dropped.
Rihanna got that
'Cause
movement.
the
Like,
Rihanna
listen,
Navy-
if you are needing a dentist, I need you to come because if you got that type of movement power, I need all these patients that you can bring in.
All
So,
the patients. I
Yeah.
need my stock to increase.
Yeah,
right?
I mean seriously.
So I'm just putting the caveat out there because I feel like as women we should always be able to discuss domestic violence and it's a very real thing. And so Snapchat made this animation of would you rather, right? So would you rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris Brown, right?
Ooh.
So like either one's not okay. Right,
Ooh.
but Charlamagne the God on Breakfast Club made a really good point. He was like, "Well, you know, none of it's right. However, if you're gonna like compare two bad guys, like the guys that are deemed to be bad guys in
Yeah.
society, Chris Brown, he was like Chris Brown and me talking about Charlamagne. If you did, would you rather punch Charlamagne or punch Chris Brown?
It'd
Like,
be
okay, cool.
Alzheimer,
Like,
right.
Charlamagne.
I
I'm just
love
kidding.
Charlamagne.
hate
I
Charlamagne.
do too.
I hate
I don't like
him.
him.
love him. He
I
is
love
the
me some
best
Chris Brown now.
asshole
I mean, I can't.
on
No,
radio.
I
I
feel like
love
he's
him.
like the. I
love
think he's
him.
fraudulent. Like every time I hear him, I'm like, you think you speak for the black people, but
He
you
yes, thank-
don't.
Oh well, maybe
he
just
brings
speaks-
down black people.
maybe
he
especially
does.
for, like,
He's
I felt
ratchet.
so. Ooh.
Did you see the Monique interview?
Yes.
I was just
See,
like,
I
you are
100%
such a-
agreed with him.
I did not.
Oh my god, why are we friends? Like I don't understand this. I ride with you so hard.
I 100%
but
agree
yet
with
still-
him. I did.
No,
Like,
absolutely
no.
not.
I did, and I was like, and now mind you, I can understand the other point of view. Like I understand it. but-
Leonard's point of view.
Leonard.
Or-
Leonard. Leonard.
AKA
No, like
Charlamagne.
when they had like the whole discussion on people calling in to say was Charlamagne right or wrong, like whose side are you on? And several people called and was like, Charlamagne, you're wrong. And other people called and were like, I feel you. So like for me in the basics of it, I was like, I feel you, Charlamagne. Like you can't be asking for the same amount of money. Like this is ridiculous. So
But do they give black women the same opportunity, or the black comedians the same opportunity?
I don't think
as,
I don't think it's as
other
relevant, right?
people.
I don't think
Uh-oh,
it's
here
as
we
relevant.
go.
The reason why I don't think it's as relevant is we're talking about Monique. I would not watch a Monique special.
Monique.
Would you go to like a Monique
No.
comedy special?
I wouldn't.
I would.
I would absolutely.
I wouldn't.
Date
I
night.
don't
But
think
here's
that
my
she's
thing
funny.
though. Okay, so which hot topic are we talking about? Are we gonna go there? Because I got moments for it. I mean, I got points. Are we doing the Rick Ross or are we doing Rihanna? So
You see how quickly this happens? Like it
just
happens
went
very
real
quickly.
left. I was like, so wait a minute. Let me ask. I'm right with her. I'm like, so
Yeah.
we're gonna team up together side by side and be like, so wait a
It's
minute.
okay. It's okay because at the end of the day, like I do believe a lot of what he was saying is subjective, which is the point of the
Yeah.
conversation.
He kept
right?
saying like, "Why do you think you're worth this much? Why do you think you're worth this much?"
Well-
and then he started bringing up, "Hey, you don't act right in the professional environment. You're this. You have an attitude. Does that sound familiar?"
Well, we need to
I'm
just
sure I've
probably
been told
table
that.
this for the after
Well,
talk.
no,
conversation.
you're okay. As a black female,
Hey, going.
I've been
once
told I have an
again,
attitude.
sure. But the thing about it is that what's been come out about her is that she does have an attitude, right?
So
and
what
that
is
she's
it that-
attacked.
and see,
that
that's
she's
what I don't agree
attacked
with.
other directors,
I
right?
No. So then this is what she and I, to her point, is that why is it that when women want to demand the same type of equality, money, pay, that now they're deemed as, oh, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
So-
I don't feel
so
like
that
you're
wasn't the
hostile.
issue. That wasn't the issue. That
she
wasn't.
Didn't get, okay.
She-
So she
so
goes
part of-
back and talks about how with what was it, the movie where she was in Precious, right?
Precious,
She
yes.
got I think 50 or it was like a really low amount of
Sure.
money that she got paid, and then she had to go out and they said, well, we want you to go and promote the movie, right? But they gave her no money to go promote the movie,
Right.
and she barely got paid for it, but yet so she's the one that won the award, and I
Right.
think that she
But-
had the right to be like, wait a minute,
You're
I'm
right, but
frustrated.
okay. So this is me and Ricky had this conversation, right? So when you sign when I signed a contract with Bravo, they did not say, oh, and by the way, you do promotion for X amount of dollars. It says you promote the show on your social media, and if we call you to go XYZ, blah blah blah. So we don't know those details in her contract.
But
we
Ashandra, you
don't know that.
But you would make more money first based on the viewers.
But no, that's not how it works. That's the thing.
Well, and
that's
also
not how it
too,
works.
though, but
They get
Monique
paid
was
ahead of time.
established, though. It wasn't like she was. I mean, so
You're right, but in her contract, when she signed it, she should have negotiated that. That's the catch, because she already got paid when the movie was out. It wasn't like, hey, you get more money if the movie does X.
Right, movies are a little different.
It's
I
a
know-
little different.
I
So
know-
anyway, but we
We're a
could
little bit.
I know we're like not even talking about brain. We're just showing you guys how our
We don't have
brains
to talk
work.
about brain.
Yeah, we don't have to talk. That was what the show was supposed to be
Right,
about
right,
today, and
yeah,
so that's what we're
that's-
gonna get
okay.
into right afterwards. So
Even
you guys,
we'll get there.
so this portion of the show, guys, is sponsored by Dr. Taraya Richmond, PLLC. Finding excellence in healthcare is no easy task, and when you begin this journey, look no further than your local family medicine physician, Dr. Taraya Richmond. Dr. Taraya Richmond offers an array of services, including pap smears, breast exams, STI screenings, contraceptive management, prenatal care, and so much more. So, guys, pick up your phones, put this number in 713-453-6962 and schedule your appointment today. Give Dr. Richmond some love. So,
Absolutely, she's wonderful.
well, I guess that was our hot topic, and we can agree to disagree. But
Yes,
I would
yes,
love to
and that's
get
okay.
into Dr. Pierce's actual specialty and
Okay.
why you were actually on here today. So,
Sure.
let's talk a little bit about neurology and how does it play a part in today's medicine?
Okay, so neurology, I feel like the brain affects everything in your body. So like the heart, it controls like the rate of the heart, like mainly the heart. The heart and the brain are both like very important, but I think the brain is a lot more important than the
Well,
heart.
yeah, I mean, you can't do anything
'Cause-
without the brain, right?
Yeah, because if your brain stops working, even if your heart's still beating, you're dead basically.
Right. That happened to my dad, actually.
Oh,
So,
sorry
like,
to
yeah.
hear that,
Well,
yeah.
no, but I mean, like, his brain was not functioning, but the organs were still working. And so it was like, it could not commute. It could
Right.
not compute. Hey, we need you guys to
Right.
operate without these machines. So, and that was through stroke. So, yeah. So tell us a little bit more about that. Like, so it impacts today's medicine because it's the central focus, right?
It's a central focus, and also we're going to have millions of Americans in the next few years become like elderly people, like over 70, 80s, and that's Alzheimer's risk. So we're going to have a lot of people with dementia, and I think that our community needs to be educated on dementia and ways to prevent it. There is something that just came out actually that said exercise, physical activity reduces the risk of dementia by 90%.
Wow.
So it's just all about preventive measures, like while we're still like young, like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like exercise, eat healthy, avoid cigarettes.
So are there certain foods? And hey, shout out to Baron Murphy. He is watching. He wants to let us know. And Dr. Coulter, she's also watching as well. We got a chance to have Touré on here as well.
She's awesome.
So super sweet. So hey guys, so is there certain foods that we should be sticking to? Your girl over here, I signed up for something that I don't think I was really ready for. You know, Beyonce was like, hey, I'm going vegan. And she's like, let's do it. And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, I can't do this. Like, girl, you know I gave up. Are you vegan? Did you do it? Completely.
During the week. Yep.
During the week. Okay. You didn't tell me that we had concessions.
Well,
so-
me and Avery made a deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
So Avery and I are vegan during the week, and then we eat whatever we want on the weekends.
well, wow. I just tried that for like 2 days. And I was like, so what I'm not going to do is this. And I just didn't want to
The
tell
vegan
anybody.
diet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are
I
there
never
certain
tried it.
diets that help with the brain function?
Mainly, okay, a low salt diet is good. Also,
So all black people are just going to have problems.
yeah, I mean, it's just been shown to like reduce the risk of dementia. It's like a Mediterranean low salt diet.
I like Mediterranean. I like the Mediterranean.
Mediterranean
diet.
diet is very yes.
A lot of veggies.
It's like nothing on it though.
yeah,
like olive
veggies
oil.
and fish.
It's great, and fish
Green leafy vegetables
and green leaf. Yeah.
fish,
It's great.
and oil.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Is the red meat too?
I don't think there's any red meat on it. I don't think there is.
Okay.
From what I can remember, we
So
talked
that's
about it a while ago,
definitely
but
something.
So yeah,
yeah, like in like olives and
Yes. that's been wonderful for the mind, the brain health.
And I think that they were actually talking about, I read an article about people that live in the Mediterranean tend to live a lot longer because their
Really?
diet is just so much more healthier.
Right.
Look at that.
So,
See?
yeah,
Come on.
I believe you wholeheartedly. And so, I mean, it's just, salt, like none. Like what we talking about?
Minimal.
Like a little salt bay, a little bit, like a little bit off the elbow. Okay, so Mediterranean diet is good.
Yeah, like I said, exercise, physical activity, keeping active, even as you become older, like just keeping your mind active.
So do those brain exercises actually work? You know how they have what they call them,
those little books,
teasers
like
and things like that. Is
Sudokus
that
and
helpful?
things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it helps. It trains your brain. I feel like the brain is very like fluid. Like the neurons can all reconnect, and I think it definitely helps.
Okay.
Just to keep your mind active.
I do agree. My grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia, and within a few years she had passed away. And we noticed like she liked to do puzzles and things like that to kind of like keep her mind ticking, and like she stopped doing it, and we were like, and then like it was like almost like a train wreck. Yeah, it was like a brick wall. Like we're like, why aren't you doing your puzzles? And then
that happens a lot.
2 weeks later, it was like, something's not like, it was like so quick, the progression of the disease. And I was like, oh man, I gotta stay like reading. And she stopped sewing, which also, those intricate, she was a master seamstress, right? So like intricate patterns and stuff like that keeps you thinking and everything firing. And she stopped doing all that. And we were like, oh, that's just kind of like, you need to keep doing it. And she blamed her eyesight, right? She was like, I can't see anymore. Like, it's too dark. I need more light. We were like, we'll get anything.
Yeah.
And
so do you notice that any, is there more predisposition to Alzheimer's disease based off of gender, race, or, and this, how does it impact the African American community?
Now, I heard a rumor.
What?
You could tell me if you've heard the same thing.
Okay.
That, and I didn't hear it. I read it somewhere. That was a valuable source. I can't remember where. That Alzheimer's and high carb diets have been linked together, like rice, bread, things that are in our communities that we tend to inhale.
It's not good for you. And I definitely can believe that because like the carb diet, I mean, when you have high carbs, that builds on fat, and it's just, I mean, more than just like because people, they had us think that it was the fatty foods that made you fat and unhealthy, but it's actually the carbs because it takes longer to break those down.
What are you talking about?
Simone loves carbs.
Like candy and cupcakes and muffins.
Don't say cupcakes.
What?
All that stuff makes you fat.
Well, actually, for like 6 days, I have not had any sugar.
That's good.
Okay, any sugar?
None.
Like coffee?
Like
tea?
None. Like
cake?
None.
Cookies?
None.
Seriously, no sugar?
Like none.
Wow.
I don't know if
Isn't
I believe
that crazy?
That's
I don't know if I believe that.
nuts.
I need to see your
Right
food log. I need to see your food log.
I have not had any sugar, and it has been like, I'm a stressful eater, so like when I want to have like, when the world is coming, like this week has been spring break for us, so like it has been crazy in the offices, and I'm like, where are the cupcakes? And I didn't. I have not. And like, I'm trying to get that 21 days. We had a guest on that told us 21 days to change your taste buds. And so I'm like, all right, I can make this. So I'm
21
on day
days?
6. 21 days. Apparently my taste buds are going to come back better, and maybe I'll be able to think and neurologically be more sound.
Without the sugar?
I mean, clearly this is what you're telling me now. I'll be smarter.
I know.
My patients will appreciate
And
that.
the thing is, that reminds me, like one time in medical school, after I had my, I think, first child, I had gained some weight, and I decided to do like a low carb diet, high fat diet. So when I got a piece of carb, I went crazy that night. Ate like a whole bunch of pizza, Philly cheesesteaks, and I
like
just
you were in.
yeah. So I mean, but during that time when I was like doing a low carb diet, I was thinking a lot more clearly. Like I felt like I could concentrate more. I was in a better mood. I felt like my mind was better.
No, that's
I don't know. It's just something about it. Just those carbs.
well. Gotta decrease these carbs, people.
So, guys, we're going to be ending Facebook Live coming up here shortly. But I did want to ask Dr. Pierce, where can people find you if they're interested, if they have some questions about the brain, they need to be seen by a neurologist? Where would they be able to find you?
You can find me on Instagram as Dr. Jontelmd. Also, I will be opening an office in Sugar Land, Texas. Accepting new patients.
Congratulations!
It's like right up in my neighborhood, girl.
Yep,
Where you going?
Off of University, right off of 59.
That's so close.
yes.
I'm
Really?
at University.
Nice.
And I live right there.
Woo!
We're
That's gonna be awesome.
We're almost city pretties now.
No,
Right.
no.
And I'm also having a Botox party as well in Sugarland. So if you guys want to come out.
Do black people do Botox?
Yes, we do.
What? Really?
I've been considering it.
Why?
I mean, they don't have very smooth skin, but I mean, there's way to. Botox can be used as a preventive measure as well.
Well,
I can get those for you.
See?
But
okay. Kim.
And
so there's a
severe
Botox party coming too.
I did hear that it does help TMJ, but I didn't know black people did that. Like I know that's
Yeah,
like a
dentists can
stereotypical-
do it. Y'all sometimes.
I would love to also get certified, but I don't really know. I got some other stuff I
Y'all
got
can
to
do
do
it for facial pain. Yeah.
for my facial pain. Exactly.
Yeah, facial pain.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I'm excited. Do you know your name of your office and where it's going to be? When it's going to be open?
It's going to be open. Accepting new patients June 2018.
Hey.
You can go to myneurology.com.
My Neurology.
MIND neurology.com.
Mind.
Yes.
Oh, awesome,
Neurology.
awesome. Well, guys, we're going to end Facebook Live, but we just asked the following from you. Subscribe to our show on all the major platforms. Of course, that means iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. We want you to review our show on iTunes, so give us some constructive feedback and let us know how we're doing with the show. And then, of course, we want you to share this Facebook Live with your friends and family. Let's continue to grow, and we want to make sure that people get a chance to hear this content that we're delivering. And today, All Things Brain, I think that people should know about it. And then, of course, donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. So, guys, you can donate at www.thesphere.tv.com. So, guys, www.thesphere.tv/donate. I just threw a comma in there because I felt like it deserved it. But, all right, guys. Well, we'll be signing off. And if you guys going to follow us on over to iTunes so you can hear the rest of our show. Take care, guys. So now let's get into what are some of the things that you notice that patients don't know about neurology, or some things that are going on that they may not have any clue about. Something is going on AWOL with the brain.
A lot of times, I mean, I've seen a lot in Houston as far as patients coming in with new onset multiple sclerosis, and it can definitely affect the black community and any community, white, everybody, because I've seen it like it's been popping up to the point where like it's so severe as an initial presentation. So I don't know what's going on with that because I haven't seen that in Houston a lot. So that's just something to be aware of.
And what symptoms for people who don't know what multiple sclerosis is? What is that, and what would a person be looking for?
Some symptoms that they would be looking for is numbness.
Numbness where?
Numbness like anywhere, like in your feet, in your hands. That's neuropathy. But I mean, if it's like on one side, like if you say I'm weak on my arm's weak one day, and then the next week you have weakness in your leg, or if you're having problems with urinating, or even any type of just feeling like maybe like dizzy spells. I mean, I don't want to like scare anyone, but
Sure.
It's definitely like if you're feeling like weakness or numbness and you're young, then definitely try to get checked out by a neurologist.
So multiple sclerosis, like when does it show up usually for people? Is there like a
It usually shows up like in your 20s and 30s.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the treatment?
The treatment is like chemotherapy agents sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, and steroids.
Doesn't Tamia have multiple sclerosis? What is it that Tamia has?
The singer?
And
She
Montel
may.
Jordan.
Grant Hill.
I'm not sure.
Besides that.
She owns you too. That's a win. All right.
Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
So, anything else that we should be looking for? You said you were saying multiple sclerosis, and then you were starting to talk about another one.
Also, a lot of effects is neuropathy, especially in older patients who are diabetic or
Multiple
even
sclerosis.
have some vitamin deficiency. You can get numbness and tingling in your feet and your hands. So that's something also to be looking out for, because sometimes it can be reversible if it's like a vitamin deficiency.
So, why do you feel like people let it go a little bit longer than they should? Is it because they think that it's going to wear off, or what are you seeing when you're seeing your patients come in and it's so far gone? Like, what was the reason that they let it go?
I think like they may think, okay, they just don't, they might be afraid to come in. They don't want to know what it is, or they think it's going to go away. I mean, I've seen people who came in and said, oh, I've had these symptoms 3 days ago, and then I found out they had a stroke, and they say, oh, I thought it was going to go away, but it apparently didn't go away. So
Well, and I'm sitting here like rubbing the bottom of my feet because
Now this in there, no.
they've been hurting. They've actually been hurting, like my whole left
Just
leg.
had a baby, and like you like work all the
No,
time.
so that's the
Your
thing,
left
right?
leg?
So my left leg. No, this is funny. This is the reason why I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying this is because this is what most people do. You ask like, why do people like hold
Yeah,
off, right?
right.
I'm like, I've been working out like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing like this 90-minute boxing class 2 times a week on top of working out. I work like a crazy person. I have 3 kids and I don't get any sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I'm just like I'm tired. My body is tired. My knee is hurting like hell, and I have bad knees from playing like competitive sports for
Right.
12 years. I'm like,
That's what you say.
it's just my knee. Well, it's just my knee, kind of spawning off this other stuff, right?
Right.
Versus like me saying, oh, maybe I need to go to the doctor. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Right,
gonna go to
right.
the doctor because I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Right.
And B,
Right.
I'm like, well, then that means that if I go to the doctor, this is what I'm thinking.
They're gonna find something.
They're gonna find something and tell me to sit down, and I'm gonna be like,
They're gonna tell you go get some more rest, sleep more.
right, or stop working out so hard. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, but see, I got Jamaica in T minus.
So I mean, well, that is a good point.
But-
so how would she
yeah.
know? Like, if it's just, is it the time frame that she should be kind of?
I mean, just aches and pains, like that's not necessarily a red flag, but like saying if you're trying to make a fist or you're trying to hold something and you're dropping things,
Oh, okay.
that's something to be.
Muscle-
or if you're
true muscle
becoming a
weakness.
lot more forgetful.
I
Like-
feel like I don't. That makes me nervous. I forget everything. But I'm like, I don't know. If it's
That's just because we're so busy.
that's what I feel
Yeah,
like.
it might be being busy.
Because
And
I'm like, what?
I'll
What
just
did you
swing
say?
by
I
your
forget
office
stuff
every
too.
now and then.
I feel
And
like we need to do
come
a
June, I'll just
scan,
swing
like-
by
Just
once every
make
3
sure.
months just to like maintain me.
I need to make sure.
Catch me early. Like, catch me early. I need to know.
And
I
this
mean,
is a
that's
good
serious. I
segue
got
about
insurance.
new technology. So, like, what are you going to be having in your office that we need to know? Because we're going to be there, like, every 3 months to make sure we're not, like, just
Falling apart.
Falling apart.
Because
Yeah,
this is the
agreed.
thing, and I'm not, once again, I'm not trying to be funny. The reality of it is that the brain is something that none of us can see, right? So like I can see when my knee is acting up, it flares up, it hurts when I bend it, like
Right.
it's obvious. But there's something going on in your brain, and just like I feel like when people talk about their fibroids, I'm like, you don't know. If you've always had like really crappy periods, like
People- yeah, they don't know
Endometriosis
that.
was
Right,
like that. I was like,
endometriosis.
what the hell is this? And
Right.
you can't, it's no physical manifestation of it.
Right.
You're
So like I feel like the brain is one of those kind of, and I feel like people think that the brain is so mysterious.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also like if you get a brain diagnosis, like
It's
you're
done.
you're done, right?
Yeah.
So like what type of technologies are out there that people can feel really comfortable coming in and they don't feel so intimidated and they feel like this should be part of kind of a routine care, or even somebody like myself who has a familial history of Alzheimer's and dementia, like should my family be going more frequently? Like if you catch something like Alzheimer's and dementia early, can we prolong?
Yeah, I
the
mean, like I said,
severity?
there's definitely like preventive measures for Alzheimer's, especially the earlier you come in, the better, because you can learn those different measures. As far as like testing for it, there are tests, but of course, like insurance sometimes won't, since it's like kind of investigative tests. But what I mainly do is send to like a psychologist and do like a battery of memory tests.
Oh.
It takes about 3 to 4 hours, and they can sit down with you and test like your concentration, your attention, your short-term memory, all those things. And then I get a baseline for the patient.
Let me just go ahead and get one of those tests like once a year.
Yeah.
That's
what it usually is.
first
Like,
client.
just once a year. I just want to know, like, hey, am I staying about the same? Because these are the things I need to know.
and they can tell if it's like due to anxiety versus depression or anything.
Yeah, or
else,
like
too.
stress or
Yeah,
just
stre-
exhaustion.
Yeah, they can just
or-
tell, like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a good
really?
test. I love sending my patients over to get those done.
How much is that?
It's covered by insurance.
Oh,
usually, yeah.
We're going, we go first. Like,
Like if I say cognitive
I'm be with her
complaints
too.
or
I'll be
something
like,
like
we
that.
going together.
Right.
Are you gonna back out on me like you did with the vegan?
Nah, like
So
that
you
vegan-
see, so this is where we talk about how we're gonna get some more sponsorship for this show. I'm gonna walk you out of that for yourself, okay?
I appreciate it, my friend.
No problem. So, guys, if you are starting your business and if you're looking for a place to advertise, we have the place right here. If you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world and build your brand and or sell your product, if you do, you can get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
So let's talk about any interesting cases that you like to share, some things that, you have seen in your expertise and what it actually, I guess, like what person presented with and what it actually ended up being.
Trying to think of something interesting. Like, I guess I can bring up the a multiple sclerosis case. A patient that I had, she came in with a lot of neurological complaints, and it was like a long-term thing. And then, like, she was going to doctor from doctor, and no one was able to help her. And then this goes back to technology. Like, you can get an MRI brain, and that can really tell you exactly what you need to know, especially for, like, multiple sclerosis.
So MRIs won't just show anything, but you have to get one specifically just for the brain.
Yeah, so you need an MRI brain. That's what the technology we have is, like CT head imaging, MRI imaging. So, like, if someone comes in and says, I have this new type of headache, it's severe, then we can get a CT head and rule out any type of dangerous thing like bleeds or aneurysms.
So on an aneurysm, this is just because aneurysms, I feel like, are one of the scariest things because they can be so sudden and so they affect too many young people, in my opinion.
There was a really big prominent person that passed away here.
One of my husband's best friends.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I don't know. As far as I know, the rumor was aneurysm. I don't think that they've come out with the final answer yet. And so, I've had some patients and some people in my life that have survived aneurysms. Tell me, explain what aneurysm is for those of our listeners who don't know what it is. But then after that, explain if there's any life-saving measures. What can people do? Are they genetic? Like, what is it that, because I do feel like they kill us and
Definitely.
They kill everybody. They seem to be take out. It doesn't matter black, white, yellow, purple, green.
Right.
And how do you even know that you have it? You don't, right?
Yeah, I mean, many times people just present with a severe headache, like a severe onset of a headache. And usually by that time, it could be too late because the aneurysm either leaked or burst. So I guess things like, as far as like being hereditary, if you have like a lot of family members, like you said, my mother had one, my aunt had one, and you feel like you have a headache. I mean, it's so easy just to go to a neurologist and be like, I have a headache, I have strong family history of aneurysm, and we can get a CT of your cerebral vessels.
So, I mean, like, because I feel like the older I'm getting, the more paranoid I'm getting, I feel like I just want a CT, period. Like, I just feel like, can I just get me a CT? Like,
she just said she's about to open, so we're going to go.
I mean, I want the full run-up.
Like, I need to know.
And I'm going to line up everybody.
That too, though, because I'm like, you just never know. And one of my closest friends, TJ, his sister passed away. And she was in med school. And you're just kind of like,
from aneurysm?
Like,
From aneurysm.
Coming home and just like.
They collapse, and it's like, that's it. And so I do feel like that's something that, people have heard aneurysms, they don't know what that means, and you're talking about half the times it's too late. I mean, and I just think that that's like a sad thing to say.
I mean, the main thing is like, if you feel like, it's mainly like a thunderclap headache. Like if you feel like a severe headache, go straight to call 911, go to the ER.
Well, what about preventative before that though? I mean, can we get like the standard of care? Like should that
they
be
don't?
the
Yeah,
standard
right
of
now
care?
the standard of care, they don't have like a what do they call it? You can't just go out and get a CT angio without. Because just insurance won't cover it.
Insurance doesn't cover it. So, like, to me, this is one of those conversations. I took Avery, that's my oldest, I have a 12-year-old, to get an EKG that my church was hosting with a foundation of a young man's father. The young man passed away, a football player, and it's that, like, the heart disease, right?
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
There we go. Thank you. And they're like, the fact that EKGs are not a regular part of the athlete's physical.
Workup,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a simple test, too. Like
It's a simple
simple
test.
test.
It's a simple test. And actually, I didn't realize this, that like you need it every couple of years. Like, because especially with
didn't know that.
young men, their EKGs, because they're still growing, can change. So they can they can have a regular one at 10, and at 15 it alter. And
So Logan's getting one every year.
oh, what? Avery will be getting another one in 2 years as well. Like,
Wow.
it's just, to me, it's one of those things, like, and they're pushing, and they had it on the floor of the legislature in Texas, and it got pulled. Like, they had it,
Wow.
made it all the way to the floor, and it got pulled. So it's just one of those things, like, some things to me that can be preventative, because I mean, if you find an aneurysm on a CT that's not, that has not burst, could you go in and surgically kind of pull it
Then
apart?
that would
Yeah.
make it easier for you. I mean, insurances to have to pay out more, which they don't want to do.
Right, because then everybody's going to be like, hey, I want to check and see if I have an aneurysm.
You'd be
Right.
very busy.
Yeah, but I don't own the imaging company, so I wouldn't.
Hey, jobs.
Hey, there's
open
some
it up.
things. There's some ideas here. Multiple streams of income. Okay, we're all about multiple streams of
Hey,
income.
I was like, so is that a problem? Like, you don't want to like go.
Simone's like, so you want to go happy?
So you want to go? Oh boy, yeah,
right.
let's do that.
because it would be nice because we use CT scans.
We
Yeah.
can't look. I'm
I
I'm
mean,
always open to
listen,
new.
Like,
Let's talk about
I
it.
think you need to
Let's
to put this on.
talk about
Get us a
So-
CT.
Let's talk about it. That's awesome. Well, so you're telling me that as far as aneurysms, and things that are kind of preventative in nature, one of the obstacles clearly is finances.
Right.
Because
right.
we're dealing with insurance.
It's just like regulations, finances. Like you have to have a reason, or the insurance won't cover it. Like you have to have a certain reason to get one.
Now, do you do surgery? Are you
No.
surgery at all? Okay, all right. So you are more of the tell me comparatively speaking.
So basically, like if someone does come with an aneurysm, I diagnose it. I'll order the test.
Okay.
And then I'll refer it to a neurosurgeon. Be like, okay, you can go here.
Okay.
And get this fixed.
Got it. Okay. All right. And so the difference between a neurologist and a neurosurgeon is strictly the surgical portion?
That's
okay.
what. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
We usually work side by side, but
In tandem
yeah.
with the neurosurgeon.
Right.
Got it. Well, let me let's bring up this last supporter of our show, KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com and use coupon code DOPE for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel.
I just felt it deserved a song.
Act now. Sizes are selling out fast. Clearly,
So
KOGpassion.com needs a soundtrack.
I love KG. That was what it was.
Clearly needed a sound. Thanks, Dr. Simone.
No problem.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Well, we know that you had a really, really busy day at work, and we
Yeah.
want to first thank you so much for coming on the
Yeah,
show. We
thank you
really
for having me.
Appreciate it. And so, again, just for our viewers, our listeners, tell them again where they can find you at.
You can get any updates on mindneurology.com or Dr. Jontelmd on Instagram.
Awesome. Well, of course, guys, I'm going to sign off, too. I'm Dr. Simone Ellis. You can find me on Instagram at Dr. Simone Ellis or on Facebook, Simone Ellis. And get your smile pearly white at Smile Design Studios, located in Missouri City, Texas. So give us a call if you are interested in an appointment, 281-969-7388. And, Doc, can they get their grilled, snatched, and listen to trap all in the same?
All in the same
That needs to be your hook,
appointment.
though. Like, I mean, I feel like you should just, you know how they have trap
That's
music? You
cute.
could be like trap dentistry.
That's
like, just
well.
Like per
You have
day,
trap
right?
music-
Well, so
you have
this-
trap music in your.
Well, yesterday we were listening to Beyonce radio and like some Drake came on. I had to skip over Cardi B because I was like,
see, that's why I can't do this. It's
I was
jazz. I
like-
can't. I'm like, because I'm like, is anybody else listening that she's like?
but literally, I had a patient yesterday that comes in the morning and she had never been there before and she had gone to another doctor like 2 years ago and she wasn't satisfied. She didn't feel comfortable. So I get into the room and I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. And we do this treatment plan. She's like, I'm ready to go. I'm like ready to get started. I'm
Right,
like, oh.
right.
She's like, I walked in here and Rihanna was playing. I was like, oh,
And I
see?
knew you
And
were
I
the
thought
doctor.
about you, Simone. I thought about you.
Smooth jazz.
I was like, so if it was smooth jazz, we wouldn't have.
You guys
she's
are the vibe.
She was
She's
like,
the
I don't know if I would have been able to do smooth jazz. I don't know if I would have been able
Rihanna
to.
apparently moves the dial for multiple people. That's what it is.
Clearly, Rihanna moved my dial up yesterday. So
Gotcha.
once again, thank you to Rihanna. She is my
Spirit
my
animal.
spirit animal.
Tracy
She is-
Ellis Ross is mine.
Who is?
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah, I
Oh
like her.
yeah, but if I have to pick, I'm going
Rihanna's
Rihanna.
winner.
Definitely
Gotcha.
going Rihanna.
Gotcha.
But I do. Tracy Ellis is like my best friend. Like she's like,
Simone.
and she's like my hair goals.
Oh God.
So
Body
anyway,
goals.
if you ever want to come by my office and listen to a little bit of Beyonce, maybe a little bit of Country Music Tuesdays, I am here at Elite Dental Wellness. I do both. Look at
What?
that. What? She can do both.
She
Get
can
a woman
do
can
everything.
both.
Love it.
My practice is Elite Dental Wellness. Located in Houston at the corner of Fondren and Westheimer, 8821 Westheimer Road, Suite 103. You can call me at 713-789-8680, or you can go to my website, which is www.houstondentalwellness.com. Of course, follow me on Instagram at hotdoc.com. And please, by all means, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, your family to subscribe. Give us some constructive feedback. If you want to see something new and different, by all means, let us know. If not, see you next week.
Bye guys. Hope you got your Beyonce tickets.
At 1800.